Shalom. This Dvar Torah is dedicated to the memory of Rav Samal David Schwartz, Sergeant Major David Schwartz, the son of our Bible lecturer, Dr. Sarah Schwartz, who unfortunately was killed in Gaza this past week. Yehi Zichro Baruch. And my Dvar Torah was inspired by something I heard from our graduate Rabbi Amirit Rosen this past Shabbat at Kilat Moreshet Abraham. If you ask anyone who took the Jewish people out of Egypt, the answer would be obvious: God. If you ask them which human being or human beings took the Jews out of Egypt, the answer would also be obvious: Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses. After all, Moses is mentioned 770 times in the Tanakh, I think more than any other person mentioned in the Tanakh. And the Tanakh and rabbinic literature also praise him for his leadership. For example, in Shemot chapter 11, Gama ish Moshe gadol ma'od be'eretz Mitzrayim be'enei avdei Paro uve'enei ha'am. Moreover, Moses himself was very great in the land of Egypt, in the eyes of Pharaoh's servants and in the eyes of the people. And in rabbinic literature, in Nedarim, folio 38a, En HaKadosh Baruch Hu mashresh chinato ela al gibor ve'ashir ve'chacham ve'anav ve'chulan mi-Moshe. That God only rests his presence on a person who is a hero and wealthy and wise and modest, and all of those attributes were found in Moshe Rabbeinu. However, at second glance, Moshe Rabbeinu did not act alone. And without the work and assistance of many other people, the Jewish people would not have been redeemed from Egypt. And thus we read, for example, in the beginning of the book of Shemot, that Shifra uPuah, the two mialdot, the two midwives of the Jewish people, refused to murder the Jewish boys at the order of Pharaoh. And then we read that Yocheved, Moses' mother, saved him from the decree, hid him, and put him in the Teva, in the Nile River, in order to save him. His sister Miriam then hid close by, Vatetatzav achotor berachok lede'a ma ya'aseh bo, what would happen to Moshe Rabbeinu. And then Pharaoh's daughter spies Moshe in the water and saves him. And later on, Reuel, also known as Yitro, helped Moses on numerous occasions in the book of Shemot. Furthermore, Aaron achicha yeh neviecha, his brother Aaron was his spokesperson because Moshe was kvad peh, had difficult speaking. Tzipporah, his wife, saved him in the story of coming back from Midian to Egypt when she performs the circumcision on their two sons. And then he comes back to Egypt and he meets with Ziknei Israel, the elders of the Jewish people. And they immediately support him in his efforts to free the Jewish people. And finally, Vayamen ha'am, the Jewish people itself believed Moses and went along with his plans to save the Jewish people. All of this is summarized very succinctly in a famous verse found in Kohelet, Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Tovim ashnayim min ha'echad, ki im yiplu ha'echad yakim et chavero, ve'ilu ha'echad sheyipol ve'en sheni la'akimo, ve'im yitkefo ha'echad hashnayim yamdu negdo, ve'achut ha'meshulash lo bimera yinatek. Two are better than one, for should they fall, one can raise the other. But woe to one who is alone and falls with no companion to raise him. Also, if one attacks, two can stand up to him. A threefold cord is not readily broken. That means a cord with three different strands tied together. And of course, we all know the Pitgam, the saying found in two places in the Talmud, Ko Yisrael arivim ze bazeh, all Jews are responsible for one another. And later on in the 16th century, the Ari, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, reworked that idea in his explanation of the confession of sins on Yom Kippur. Why is the confession vidui couched in the plural? Because all Israel is one body, and every Jew is a member of that body. Hence follows mutual responsibility among all of its members. Since the war began on October 7th, we have seen that the Jewish people in Israel and the diaspora, the Jewish people throughout the world, have internalized this message. In the state of Israel, there are literally millions of people helping other people in the state of Israel, picking crops, giving food to soldiers, hosting evacuated families, giving food and help to evacuees, and helping and supporting the families of the kidnapped. And there are millions of Jews in the diaspora helping the state of Israel. 290,000 people attended a demonstration in Washington on November 14th. $1 billion was raised by the Jewish Federations of North America. Jews throughout the world are sending equipment to Israeli soldiers, and there's a steady stream of volunteers and missions to Israel. And I think that all of this is succinctly summarized in a beautiful passage found in the Tractate of Ta'anit, folio 11a. Tanya idach, bizman shatzibur sharui betzar, al yomar adam elech lebeiti, ve'ochal ve'eshte, ve'shalom alecha nafshi, ela yetzaer adam im hatzibur, ve'chol hametzaer atzmo im hatzibur, zoche v'ro'eh b'nechamat tzibur. It says in a Braita, at a time when the people are in trouble, a person should not say, I will go home, and I will eat, and I will drink, and everything will be fine. Rather, he should afflict himself with the tzibur, with the community. And whoever afflicts himself with the tzibur will eventually live to see nechamat hatzibur, the comfort of the public, of the congregation. And therefore, we hope and pray that this Jewish unity will continue, and that with the help of the Jews of Israel and the Jews of the diaspora working together, we will win this war and bring peace to the state of Israel. Shavua Tov et Schechter.